Hi Cancerians, this is Amra from Soulmate, and today we are doing your monthly love reading for August 2019. Please keep in mind that these are general messages, so they may or may not resonate with each and every one of you. If they resonate with you, please like and subscribe to the channel. I highly appreciate that. If they don't resonate with you, I would really recommend you to check your moon, your rising, and your Venus signs, because then you'll be able to understand your relationship and love life in a better way. Let's see. Before I begin your tarot reading, Leo season is really strengthening you guys. Leo season is, because while I was meditating on your cards, I felt this kind of a feeling where I was in a position which was not fair. Something was wrong, and I knew in my gut that whatever was not working out in my favor, it was not right. There was something behind it, or someone behind it. Maybe some of you feel as if there is some sort of biasness, or I would say imbalance happening with your love life, whether you're single or in a relationship. If you're facing any problems in your relationship, you think you don't deserve this. If you're single and you've been single for quite some time looking for a love, the situation was not working out in your favor, and definitely you were feeling, in both case scenarios, you were feeling as if things were the divine or universe or God, whoever you believe in, was not working in your favor. But then all of a sudden I heard this strange, it wasn't a voice, it was like a thunder, a thunder which gave me a jolt, like jolt in a sense that I was back into my senses, back into the energy where I was like, okay, things were not working out for me, so I'm gonna make them right. I'm gonna do whatever possible in my power to make things right for myself. I'm gonna fight for my own happiness. I'm gonna fight for whatever is gonna make me feel happy. I don't care about what happened. I don't care about how it happened. I don't care about what were the circumstances. Now I'm gonna change things, and now I'm gonna work for my own happiness. Now this could be anything in your scenario. If your happiness is to make things right for yourself in your relationship, or working towards a relationship, be it. It's like making a wish and then working your ass off to make that wish come true. It's like not depending on anything. But the thunder, I don't know, that wasn't a thunder, but it was like thunder, and it was so uplifting, and it was like as if my heart has been rejuvenated of whatever was going on, and I was like all of a sudden positive, from negativity to positivity in 1 second. Let's see what tarot has to say about you guys. Karma, or the Judgment in the decks. So what goes around comes around. Your actions today will have an impact on your future. Two of Swords in reverse. I need to know what that card is. I have the urge to check that out. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Hermit. You're doing a lot of thinking. Witch card. Queen of Swords. A lot of thinking going on. I don't know, but Leo season, a lot of people are going into their thinking mode and indecisive mode. Nine of Cups in reverse, flipped in the deck. Have to take that. Feeling as if your wish has not been granted. And the true meaning of the Witch card as well. Four of Wands. Okay, yeah. Things are playing out for you guys. Ace of Swords. The moment you decide to be a bitch, things start working out. And the Knight of Cups. Alright. So your first card, your strongest card is, since it's your birth card as well. Starting your month, you have to take complete care of what you do with your life and what actions you take in your life, because your actions have consequences. So there are certain, whenever this card comes into a reading, I always say that this is judgment card in other decks. There are cycles of changes in our life which universe bring into our life. They need to be respected, and they need to be welcomed. We need to know that everything happens for a reason, and there is a reason behind every decision which is made for us. We have to honor whatever changes are coming into our life, and we have to grow with them and not just slow down or wallow with them. Just like the vision of me being, when I was stepping into your energy, the feeling that injustice has been done to me, or something biased has been done to me. Thing is, when you learn to grow from your experiences, things try to work out in a positive manner. Your destiny is shaped by the choices you make in life. So you can either sit there and wallow in your feeling of that you've been played or you've been treated biasly, or you can just learn and grow from that. But you have to be aware that whatever kind of actions you take, I don't remember, I think it was Jay Shetty who said that it was something about karma, that how people no, he quoted someone else, I don't remember whom he quoted, but he said that how people treat us is their karma, how we respond is ours. So whatever situation was then, you have to remember that every action, every change that has been brought into our life is there for a reason. Some changes are positive and some have deeper spiritual meanings, but we need to learn from that and we need to reflect on them. We need to take actions which are keeping in mind that those actions are going to shape our future. So keep that in mind when you're taking any action, because karma is everything. Everything happens for a reason, like I said before. The Two of Swords energy here, in reverse, I feel as if you will be forced to express certain type of emotions, show certain it is the feeling. For me, Two of Swords in reverse is a kind of feeling where you feel emotionally naked, where you have to express your emotions to people, where you're forced to do it and you don't want to. This is again for me the card of injustice, feeling injustice, feeling conflicted, obstinacy. So you might be feeling that this is something which I don't want, this is something which is biased, I'm not supposed to be forced to make a decision, or I'm not supposed to be forced to express my emotions, and I have been forced to express my emotions, which is not right. You will feel conflicted in your head. Okay, this is something which I didn't want, and this is what, but still it happened to me anyway. Remember, it happened for a reason. Remember that you had to let go of certain feelings. You will, because it was meant to be. Again, with the Knight of Pentacles, oh my God, why are there? With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I see that you will be facing a lot of difficulties coping up with these things, these changes, and these decisions which you have been forced to make. You will feel that the conditions are crossed, things are not turning out in my favor. Same thing which was happening to me in your energy while I was meditating in your energy. Just take a careful look around yourself and start to work through situations. Don't just give up. Hands up and I'm giving. Don't give in. Just work through situations methodically. Work through situations, taking a careful look at all sides of it. It takes time. I know it takes time to make things right, but it will happen. It will happen. This is the promise of this card, Knight of Swords in reverse, that it might take time, but it will happen. Hermit card, you're thinking. You have isolated yourself. You will be isolating yourself, but okay, I've been exposed emotionally. I have to now deal with situation in a certain manner. You will withdraw and you will go deep within to think about things, which is good. Which is good, because you will be thinking about things which are serving you, thinking about things which are gonna give you purpose in life. This is you taking time off to think about your purpose, look within, look for a vision, look for actions which can define your destiny, which can restore your trust in yourself and tell you about, some people have a strong gut feeling. This Hermit card is about that, developing that strong gut feeling that, okay, where am I heading in life? What do I need to do? This is getting enlightened, and your enlightenment has led you to create these emotional boundaries around yourself. You want people to stay away from you because you don't want to expose your emotions anymore. You want to guard your emotions. You're like, I'm gonna cut people off from my life who are toxic. I'm gonna cut people off from my life who are no longer serving me in a manner I want them to be. So it's like, either you are with me in this, or you're not in my life at all. You will be closed off emotionally for a certain period of time. But remember, this is also part of isolation. Again, the Hermit energy is transferring here and then to the next card as well. So in the middle of the month, you are all about creating boundaries around yourself, having this period of isolation where you are letting go of all that gossip, all that trauma from your past, all those forced actions which you had to take, and now you're like, okay, sorry, I'm not gonna let anybody in unless I see that person is fit to be in. And again, this is Nine of Cups is all about being unfriendly, being in your own life where you're like, okay. This is also a card of false pride, where you will be, again, Queen of Swords is also about pride, but you will be unfriendly. You will be separated from the rest of the world for a certain period of time. You'll be like taking time away to think about what is good for you and what's not. And here you are choosing your happiness with the Four of Wands. Once you had enough time to think that your life is more important, your life is more valuable than anything else, that's where the real happiness begins. This is the ultimate happiness. An engagement. This is wedding card, engagement card, reunion with, but this is reunion with family, not just. But this is a card of happiness for me. In your isolation, you will find your happiness. You will definitely find your happiness and growth. New beginnings and growth. And I see this new opportunity coming towards you. Could be from a Pisces, but any other water sign as well. This person is someone who loves very deep. This is someone who was very careful, because here you are being very careful about whom you connect with, and then like the basic law of attraction is you attract what you are. And when you go into this isolated mode and you become this person who loves himself or herself, and like creating boundaries and letting the negative people out of their life, you attract someone who is exactly like you. Knight of Cups is someone who's very careful with, who's passionate yet very careful with whom they offer their cup of love, because they love, I usually say that they love only once, and they love that person deeply. They love only that person and no one else. So you are attracting someone who's just like you, who's very emotional, who's very passionate, who's very loving, who's very caring, who's very enthusiastic to be part of your life. So the moment you let go of all the negative people, all the negative energies in your life, you attracted the most eligible person for yourself, someone who's just like yourself, someone who was everything you ever needed, someone who's romantic, someone who's chivalrous, someone who's dreamy, someone who wants to travel the world with you. Alright, let's get you some clarifiers. Your actions, don't take your actions because don't take any action because you're physically exhausted. If you are physically exhausted, the only action you need to take is to let go of this burden and to let go of these wands and rest. Like I said, you don't want to take any actions, you don't want to do any negative stuff which might affect your future. And I don't see that you are doing anything negative. I see that you are making very healthy decisions about yourself. What is this? Two of Swords. Temperance. Yeah, you've been exposed emotionally. Now you need to you've been forced to make a decision because you were too burdened, you were overloaded. The universe, you might think that it was an injustice, but at the same time it was necessary. You were supposed to express your emotions because that some burden has to we have to sometimes let go of certain burdens to bring in stability and bring in balance into our life. So at that point you might think that it was injustice, that you were forced to make a decision and you were forced to express your emotions, but at the same time it was necessary to take that burden off your chest. What is this Knight of Pentacles in reverse? Patience. Patience is your key. That is all about the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is very patient. Someone who's... But here, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, you need to be patient. You need to work through things. Like I said, for the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the message is to... There are delays, but things will work out. So here we have patience. And that promise has been fulfilled. What is the Hermit card? It might have burdened you for quite some time, but your patience has paid off. The Magician in reverse. Things were not working out for you. Things were not... you were not able to manifest what you wanted in life. You thought that you didn't have the necessary tools or the ability to manifest things in your life, so you decided to take time off. And that's the most, I would say, wise decision anybody can take in their life, to take time off when things are not working out. Let's just take time off. Let's just isolate myself from the situation so I can have a look at life and see what's good for me and what's not. It is this Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords is clarified by Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles for many people is the card of ghosting, but for me it's a card for ghosting as well, but at the same time it's also a card of hope. You see this church in some there is it's like a snowflake symbol in some of the texts about this card, which talks about that there is always help if you ask for it. And here you are, hoping to heal yourself and taking time off for that. Help is all around the corner. You just have to ask for it. You might feel cold in this isolation. Here we have the Hermit card. In this isolation you might feel cold, but help is here. If you ask for it, you'll get it. Nine of Cups in reverse. Justice in reverse. So you are like in your isolation mode. You're like, I'm gonna think about what happened, what injustice, what biasness was done to me, how it happened. I might be unfriendly for the time being, but I'll come back stronger. I'm working on myself because whatever happened to me was not fair, but I'm gonna make it right. What is this book? Right here. Queen of Cups. So yes, new beginnings while you guard your emotions. Like I said before, you are going to attract someone who is exactly like you, someone who guards their emotions, someone who offers their cup of love to only those who are worthy of it, someone who is like very careful, whom they trust, someone who's very much loving, someone who's very much caring, someone who's serene, full of love, somebody who's empathetic, and somebody who will be able to connect with you at a very empathetic, like, soul level. I'm not saying it's a soulmate connection. It's not a sign of soulmate connection, but you will be connecting with someone who will be able to understand your pain and your sufferings. You'll not be able to. You'll not be in a situation anymore where you have to explain yourself to the other person. The other person will be able to feel your emotions. That's beautiful. What is this Ace of Swords doing here? Ten of Cups, it's gonna make you happy. This is what you've been waiting for. The ultimate happiness. It's beautiful, honestly. The moment you protect your own self, you attract someone who's like, okay, Page of Cups. Here is the offer. Water signs are very much prominent here when it comes to this offer. We have all water here, and the offer is coming from Pisces, so it could be Pisces, but any other water sign as well. This is Cancer, but at the same time, could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, all three of them. But this is someone very passionate, someone who's I cannot explain this feeling. You will enjoy the ride. And bottom of the deck is King of Cups. So we have Scorpio here as well. Definitely water sign. Alright. And talk about water, the ocean. Now, don't take this as something which talks about in the literal meaning. This is The deep blue sea speaks to your soul, healing and soothing you. Even the act of imagining yourself dipping into its healing womb brings about desirable effects. Better yet, spend time physically near the ocean. Allow its powers and beauty to wash away all cares and concerns. Okay, don't take it like as it is. The meaning of this card is to give yourself to nature, give yourself to healing powers of nature, and be it meditation, be it anything which you're doing. I see that you have taken a wise decision this month to take time off and reflect on your life, and then as a result of it you are attracting good option towards yourself. And it's ironic that we were talking about water signs and the ocean came in for you. Alright guys, I love you. I'll see you guys next month, and best of luck for this wonderful month ahead. I know you're making good decisions for yourself, but all is going to be good in your life. Love you guys. See you next month. Bye.